Welcome to All Access with State Theater New Jersey, the show that takes you behind the scenes and behind the curtain of the legendary State Theater in downtown New Brunswick. My name is Kelly Blythe, and I'm your host. We have an amazing show coming up this Sunday, March 8th. The show is The Music of Queen, performed with the Windborne Symphony Orchestra. And with us today is the vocalist for the concert. Welcome, MiG Ayesa.
Hey Kelly, how you doing?
I'm
Thanks
do-
for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Yes, I'm doing great. We love Queen, all things Queen at the State Theater. So when this show popped up on our radar and it's coming soon, we are so excited. The Music of Queen. Tell us all about it and what people can expect.
Well, I'm really excited about coming to New Brunswick as well because I'm based in New York, and this is probably the closest we played closer to home. So I'm very excited to be playing New Brunswick this weekend. Now, this of course is the music of Queen. I mean, the music of Queen is such dramatic music from the catalog from one of the greatest rock bands ever in the history of rock music, or music, in the history of any kind of music, really. Queen are really quite an anomaly. Their music transcends generations and genres, and it's really, everybody loves Queen. But you've never heard Queen music done like this. We do it with a symphony orchestra. The arrangements have been created by our conductor, Brent Havens, who runs Windborne Music. So he's made these beautiful arrangements of some of the greatest rock written, with a five-piece rock band, including myself, and we play all the hits. We even go down into the dark annals of the Queen catalog, and even pick out a few sort of maybe not so well known, but it should be well known, because all the music of Queen, it's so dramatic and it's so rich, it's so many nuances. When you hear it with an orchestra, you really understand how beautiful this music really is.
Yeah, I mean, dramatic. That's exactly, honestly, that's what I think of when I think of Queen music. I mean, we're talking about anthems, right? Like some of these songs are like, right? Like what the drama is
Exactly.
totally there, right? And to
Oh,
throw,
it's written within there. And what the orchestra does, it just highlights how dramatic the music is, and you go, oh, it lends itself perfectly to rock band with a symphony orchestra. I mean, when Queen recorded a lot of their music, you hear the orchestra in there. They actually used orchestra for some of their recordings. Some are synths, but they also sort of gave a nod to different genres like opera, of course, through to cabaret, to funk, to soul. And it's all there. It's all there. We just what Brent Havens has done with the arrangements is just to unleash the potential of how it could be. And what you find is it's a great night of music, the greatest rock songs ever, and in a fantastic situation. Beautiful theater, the State Theater. I can't wait to go there. And it's an amazing symphony orchestra. You'll find everyone has a great time. It's a great show.
you have to have some vocal chops to perform these songs. So, you have been your career has taken you all over, and so tell us how you got here. How was this your
Well,
next gig?
it's a great question because, yes, I mean, just filling the shoes of the great Freddie Mercury. I mean, that's a very tall order, definitely. Now, the thing is, though, I don't pretend to be Freddie Mercury. That's great. Just want to make sure that's a bit of a
Sure.
disclaimer here. I'm not going to go on stage, huge mustache and white
No, no.
singlet and run around and do that stuff, because we're not here to pretend to be Freddie. We're here to really just celebrate the catalog and the music of. So in that way, it gets me a little bit off the hook that I don't have to sound exactly like Freddie. Do the music in my own way, but at the same time, the songs are very challenging to sing, and definitely there's some things that you can't escape. I mean, that are very Freddie-esque, which you have to do because it's part of the song. So I definitely do my best to give a nod to the incredible Mr. Mercury. At the same time, try to create it and make it my own. So it is very challenging. It's 2 hours of singing, songs by Freddie Mercury, and so it's a challenge. It's never an easy gig. I love the challenge though, because the music, once you start the show, you just kind of just hang on, and it just brings you right through the end. I mean, I started doing this music of Queen when I first moved to London way back in 2002 and got cast as the lead role in the Queen musical there called We Will Rock You. And I played the character of Galileo Figaro. And I played 3 years in that role in London, and then have done two world tours since then. So it's kind of like that's kind of how I got into the Queen world. I've actually also worked with members of Queen, with Brian May and with Roger Taylor, who were very hands-on in the show We Will Rock You, and have done sort of extra gigs with Brian May and Roger Taylor as well. So in a way, you can say that I have sung with Queen, and I've also been approved by Queen because they cast me in the show. So I feel like I can say I can hold my head up and say I can sing it for like the best of them.
And so you talked about We Will Rock You, but you've also done some other musical like Aladdin, West Side Story, Rent, Fame. I mean, your career on the musical front runs the gamut. Like those are all kinds of different vocal styles.
That's true. I do love theater. I do love rock. I mean, I never thought myself to be a musical theater guy. It just sort of happened that way. I've always wanted to be a rock star ever since I was a kid. But then I found that, I got cast in these things, and my first role was actually playing Richie Valens in the Buddy Holly story.
Hmm.
And I got moved to London for that as well. So I did when I was 21, I did my West End debut flying. I actually started in Sydney, Australia. That's where I grew up. That's why I understand maybe I have a different accent to most people. But I'm not ain't from around here, none. But I've been in the United States now for about 20 years now. My goodness. But I started in Australia, moved to London for 5 years, worked all over the place. Whatever the job asks for, I try to feel like I can do it. It's kind of like that's the thing about Australians and maybe actors in general. We just say, "This is what we want," and you say, "Oh yeah, I can do it. I'll give it a go," and we try to give it a go.
Right.
And sometimes we're better. Some things are better than others, but we always give it a go. And it just
Sure.
seems to me that the things that I try has been kind of successful. Some things not so much, but I like to say that that I try to be as diverse as possible, and I just love music. I love performing, and it's a kind of thing that's kept me going throughout all this time. It's been a long career now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, but the successes, the not so big successes but they all lead up to this, right? Like, you're doing this amazing
Exactly.
show, and yeah, again, the music of Queen with Windborne Symphony Orchestra is just so exciting. I don't want
It's
to.
one of yeah. It's one. Sorry, go on.
Oh, I said no. You go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah. Well, it's I got to say that, yeah. You take the good with the bad. You learn from mistakes, and you build from your wins. But I got to say, doing this show with Windborne has been one of the greatest joys of my life.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that makes me. Oh, that's awesome. That's really great. Now, I don't want to tell. I don't want you to tell us like the exact lineup, like what what's going to exactly go down on Sunday. But what do you normally open with? I'm so
Oh my
I'm
God. Okay.
so curious.
Oh yes. Well, we kind of like we want to hit them hard first. So we may come on with a bit of tie your mother down,
Oh,
just to make sure that our audience realizes, oh my gosh, this is not just a symphony orchestra; they're rocking it
this is
out
the
here,
real
and
deal. Yeah.
there's the real deal. So we punch them right in the face initially, lull them to a false sense of security. Like, no, this is how it goes. Boom. And from that point on, we grab them because it's a real great opener. From that point on, we go up and down through the years of Queen. We don't do it sequentially, but we
Sure.
celebrate all four members of Queen because they're all incredible musicians and all in their own right are great composers. Each member of Queen has written number one worldwide hits. And then together, working as a group together, they're an unbeatable formula.
Yeah.
That's just why Queen is so successful, because they were all amazing musicians and composers in their own right.
Yeah, and there's the big, as you said, punch you in your face kind of moments, but in their music, but there's also those like tender moments too. So like
Yeah.
to kind of go so up there and then just bring it
Yeah.
down to those tender moments. That That has to do a lot. That your energy has to be like pretty up
Yeah,
there.
well, absolutely. I try to keep my energy up. I can't help myself. That's the thing. Is like Meg. Sometimes I realize, gee, I'm out of breath. I shouldn't be dancing so much, but I can't help moving with this music. It just travels. It just carries you through the whole journey. But there are moments when you actually stop, and there are those are actually my favorite moments of the concert. A chance for us to just sort of stop and listen to the orchestra and listen to these arrangements. One of them in particular is when we do "Who Wants to Live Forever,"
Mm.
and that's a beautiful song, and it's also the arrangement that Brent Havens has written for this is just spectacular, and it's just a chance for us to just sit back and just listen to the orchestra in all its glory. That's one of my favorite moments. And also, it's a really cool moment that I do with our piano player, Adam Michelson. And we do a sort of a spin off thing. We go off into our own little world and do Melancholy Blues. Now, it's not a really well known Queen song. And in a way, it's way Freddie was tried to sort of channel his Marlene Dietrich kind of persona.
Mm-hmm.
He loved that cabaret kind of vibe, which is very different again to the opera, very different again to the hard rock. But it's again, it's part of Queen. It's part of the personality of Queen, and it's a real beautiful moment. And I think it's unexpected too. So I kind of enjoy that as well.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. This Sunday, March 8th, the music of Queen performed with the Windborne Symphony Orchestra. We're here with vocalist MiG Ayesa, and it's been arranged by conductor Brett Havens, right? Havens.
That's right. That's
Yes,
right. Brent
yes,
Havens, you got it.
yes, yes.
We're so excited to be there in New Brunswick. I cannot wait to see everybody there and stay there. It's going to be amazing. So, yes, thank you very much for having me, Kelly. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you, and we'll see you on Sunday.
You betcha.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.